Hi, my name is Sophia. I came to Envita 7 months ago. I was diagnosed with Lyme back when I was like 13, but I had been having symptoms since I was 8. My ankles were so swollen. My knees were almost giving out. They were having a hard time walking. There's a lot of inflammation everywhere, puffiness in the face, a lot of rashes. Doctor after doctor just said, we don't know, it's growing pains, etc. Fast forward till I was like about 13, I got diagnosed with Lyme finally, after many tests and many misdiagnoses, which was difficult because you get told you have something that you don't, which is very scary because you feel overwhelmed. Doctor after doctor, I would go to New York, I would go to different states, and it just wasn't helping. So then finally, about 2 years after that, I really started feeling the neurological effects of the brain fog, the just motor problems, just like making sense of things and comprehension. Everything was just very overwhelming. Sensory issues, sensitivity to a lot of things. And just like living through everyday life was becoming very difficult. And so I was looking for places in the United States, and I saw some places in California, and then I came across Envita. But during that time, I was like, oh, it's just another place. This is just like the doctors that say that they can do that. But then my boyfriend was doing research, and he found this place. We had watched videos about it. We've done our research, and I just had a really good feeling like inside of myself, like a very strong urge, like this is the place. Even though I felt scared, I just felt like this was the place. And so I called, and I remember talking to a really wonderful woman. She talked to me, and I just explained my story, and I was crying on the phone. I was like, are you sure you guys are the place? I was nervous. I mean, if I'm gonna come out here, I'm gonna be here for months, and that's kind of scary. And they were so thorough, so understanding, told me amazing stories, and how they do focus on not just treating the infection, but the detox, the healing, the recovery, the whole process. And Dr. Koff and I kind of discussed, I explained my story in depth, and it was emotional because it's been so long and I was young, and a lot of the confusion with doctors and not being understood. But he was like, yep, I'm familiar with this, I've heard this, and I have helped people exactly like you. And I just like got chills, I just felt so good. I'm like, yes, this is what I want. I don't want to be the one case where no one gets me, or like, oh, I've never had a patient like you. That's really it's not nice to hear that, because you're like, well, then why would I think you know what you're doing? So there's a lot of experience with Dr. Coffin, and I really like that. Jeanette literally helped me through so much. I mean, she did my schedule. That's something I really love about Envita too, is that with other doctors and facilities, I had to do my own schedule. I had to call in, make my own appointments. Envita did all of that for me. And it's insane how much stress that takes away, and how much more you can focus on yourself and all of your, to-dos for your health. So that was a game changer. They genuinely care, and you feel that authenticity coming off of them. So I really like that, because especially the staff, everyone's communicating with each other. Everyone's on top of their stuff. Everyone likes each other. There's like a lot of love, and like love is very important when it comes to healing. It made me feel like I was excited to go into Envita even when I was feeling bad, because I was gonna be treated right. I started to feel much better after doing IRAD. I was really starting to see a difference in my brain function. And other people started seeing it too, and they were noticing it, like, oh, you sound so good, you look so good, you're making much more sense. There was a balance of, antibiotics, but also alternative vitamins and supplements that your body needs to be able to attack. So strengthening your immune system basically was something that was neglected in my past, of let's not focus on the gut, let's not do this stuff. And then in Envita, when I was talking to my doctor the first time, he was like, yeah, we're gonna do this is the plan. And I was like, wow, this is exactly what makes sense. Like, this is how the equation will end up equaling healed, right? Like, you have to do it the right way. I wanted to do this video just so that other people could see this, because I know if I saw this, I'd be like, okay, this is the place. Before I went to Envita, I was underwater, I was like drowning, and now I'm on the sailboat, and I like the view. I'm so cool doing it like this.